You know what I'm saying? So some people try to get under the thick booty ladies' skin, claiming that they want to get under people that they know come from them. Imagine if you seen a big booty girl come in, you would be like, you don't see that you have to point her out to where she needs to be. So when I have a banana, it's like an Air Force. You don't fly the altitude of someone unless it's a warfare. You see, then I could fly 3,000. So eventually, a plane multiplies the angels. But if how would people know about planes if they never flew one? You see. So I'll probably say sometimes I join the Air Force because an Indian man, a man will feel bad because he'll see an Indian nigga on a plane saying I do this. So when I join the Air Force, it's a different way that I do things, you see. Because my dad, he probably like real thing, the nigga's thing, but he gets this iced coffee in the middle of nowhere, you see. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So eventually, when the nigga has to raise Chris Lester, because that's why he likes to do the thing, because he'll say, hey, if I could raise Chris Lester, at least I could do something. That's good. So if Chris Lester doesn't want to race, but he keeps saying he'll beat Marvin in the race, then you'll say, whoa, 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 this nigga's available like a motherfucker. And Marvin, the nigga's talking about, oh, I'm so fast. Nigga, you ain't that fast. You want in a level 2 vertical sophomore year. Then you could get an apple. But now when this nigga want to race you, you keep saying, oh, he ain't gonna make a multiple because he looks the same tribe as you. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So as long as niggas race Chris Lester first, it could be good because people be like, oh, we want to see how fast niggas is. You don't want to bother people saying you're some type of high school athlete claiming that you want to harass niggas because you don't want to race nigga. When boy Marine fair too. So you got to know attack me because you full of hate. I'm trying to tell you. So sometimes when it's Cherokee deep or it's a thick bone, you'll say, hey, she's thick. So maybe if Jordan, if he ever had a black booty bone, he'll say, maybe I might fly a plane one day, but you don't want to leave a pattern where he'll say, oh, my numbers is already here. Imagine if a nigga was doing his numbers and he was like, oh, look, my number, I'm the type of nigga, I get unique numbers every single day. It's a new police call against me. Every single day, it's niggas pointing out, just like before Kobe Dad and Hutchinson Dad, you see? I do things that niggas would never do in their life, but I don't brag about it. I just say, man, you gotta be a man. I want my woman. I want my Lady J. I can't let her marry no lame nigga. Come on now. That's why I got a muffin, a banana. I got my apartment, my coffee. Imagine if a banana would split a coffee. You'd be like, I can only get this from 7-Eleven. A muffin, I can only make at the bakery. But a banana, I might find it in the field somewhere. What if I put this? My first thought when I see a banana is, what if I could put it up a girl's booty? Because look at the shape of it. So sometimes when I'm like, hey, what if God is speaking to me? Girls will say, you don't see that this banana is made to teach what angle and what arc and what anatomy. What if I ate a banana peel and a chicken bone? I will probably get to a certain way. So yeah, girls could say that they could help people. But why would someone want to get a point out if they're not from that tribe? People will have an illness. You don't want no dookie nigga saying, oh, I want to study bananas. That's why you got to go to church. So when niggas say, oh, you want to hide behind the wall and call the police claiming that he can't prove his belief because you were full of anger and hate when you didn't exist, when he was doing his sciences, pointing out the difference of your murderous ass, saying that you thought you were going to tell people to come to church because you could just, when I had my first apartment when I was 15 versus one side of the house flipped, you wanted people to be afraid of you when you locked people in the psych hospital claiming that you called the police and they were white and they put him in the ambulance because you claimed that it was some type of doctor. So you could shut your fucking Mexican mouth and you could live in her housing for the rest of your life. But when I joined the Air Force when I was 2011, that's not for your crybaby family to complain and tell people that you want to feel sorry for yourself because you don't even love what you love when they want to ride with you. But now you're trying to get a freebie off of me stalking me after Christmas 22 after I got attacked 2015 before the release phone came when you did this shit. Claiming that the boy said he would want to put you on a concrete C4 2004 Green jersey, 2004 2020 jersey, 2015 2008 jersey lineup order versus patio 22 summer banana left side Hardy before coffee. This one after night. You know, a muffin. I might have had a muffin at the time. So when I praise God, I'm a nigga that I like to eat. So I work so that I could eat. But someone will get offended saying you have to be a truck driver. You have to do this. You got to shut your fucking mouth. So at what point did I go to the field? I do things the way they were supposed to be done, but they wouldn't allow me because they were offended that the people wanted to murder me because they claimed that I couldn't get the best of them because they can call the law and say that I was crazy because they claimed they wanted to be fair, but they weren't even getting into a street fight with a truck driver and a garbage driver for the rest of your life all these years after the coronavirus 2020 return PNC bank attack after 2021. 21, 22, 23 summer winter fall plus 120 Google plus 124 Google and Mariano Tonio Doplinger versus Money man. I don't mention these people, so some people will mention things about man, leave the nigga alone. Unless you're gonna be a man. I got plenty of fights. Some people think they're gonna fight me. I'm like, man, you don't see that this is a banana, not an apple. You just don't see that this is a coffee, not a cup. So some people try to murder us. They get to the point, what if you get thumped on the floor? So sometimes people were saying that they were peaceful and nice. You weren't peaceful and nice. You were hiding a secret, calling the police, telling people you thought you were going to beat people in a fight. Soft ass bitch. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you join the Air Force and some goofy nigga is a sergeant and you don't see that niggas need to take over for a woman, what if a sergeant was a sergeant, but you want to say, hey, you don't see that this woman is not a lame? She's not one banana. She has to be 1,000 bananas. She's not a coffee. She has to be 3 coffees. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I only fuck with men who clear the surface for women and get women. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So when it was stick booty yesterday, I was doing Georgia, but she liked it, but I don't like her fluffy pussy. You see, it's too fluffy. So I wanted a skinny girl. That's why they locked me in the psych hospital long before desplanes and long before then the people with my neighbor, long after the fat lady was making connections before Obama returned the thing. I have to speak up for myself. You called the police. When they were at the door, I feared for my life because you claimed that you was in secret when you were trying to tell people that he knew secret people trying to scam me because I had was doing my thing when you fat ass were just telling people that it's not true. Because I really was locked into the psych hospital, not you. But you were telling people that when you lock people up, you were trying to get the best of me, and you did exist. So now you're claiming that you can do it again because you claim that you could call the police, saying that I had my first job and I didn't want to get locked into the psych hospital. I want to build my life, but when they tried to steal my identity because I was getting my girl, you got offended because you could hide in secret and claim that people were afraid of you when you say that people can't speak to your face because you could call the police and say that you have a gun that's licensed, but if I put you on the floor, you claim that you don't exist and ride the fuck off. Claiming that you want people to feel bad for you because you put an Indian doctor claiming you're trying to scare people, but when a young man fights for justice, it's not about riding away in a police car thinking that you're so tough with sending garbage truck worker. It's about being a man. And if you talk about fights, then talk about fights. If you withdraw weapons saying that you want a law against me, because you claim that you could just scam people with an Indian, I want justice, so I create justice. But you say that you could get the best of me with your secret people, but now you're riding off like a bitch, saying that you don't even have people because you're harassing me, and you're saying that you could lock me up in the psych hospital because you claim that you do exist, and you're just saying that when I have my first job, you're trying to steal my stuff because you didn't build the stuff. And I said, don't touch what I built because it matters to me what I built. So when you say that I can't stand for myself because you can hide and call the police and say that he's crazy because you have no values and belief, sometimes, yeah, you can have a badge and you can have a vehicle, but that don't make you no man. That's all I was saying. So when you say that he spoke up to you crazy and you said, oh, I'm just going to withdraw my gun and call the judge, why didn't you say that when the boy said, I can't let no Indian judge run my America? One way or another, there will be justice, you see. So you're not going to steal my stuff. You're not going to hide in secret like no coward. And you're not going to scare me with no gun and no license and no vehicle riding around sending garbage truck drivers because you claim that when he says, oh, I want to fight you and get a 1v1 manhood, you want to ride away and tell people you're just playing. When I was injected with medication, that's why I have to create the law and create my respect because I was 8 years old in 99 when I did my sentences and I got attacked because you were jealous and offended, you non-existent faggot. So please don't touch my stuff. Don't be calling the police saying you're embarrassed because you weigh 300 pounds living in her housing, telling people that you want to be fair because you can call the police like a fag and hide in secret. You see? What if the neighbors were Latinos and they say we were protecting you, but you weren't protecting me when I spoke to the person's face, but you were hiding in her house and calling the police? Now it's the president's is 2024 in the middle of three championships, 2024 in the middle of three presidents, one Olympics in the middle of three courtrooms, one room in the middle of 2016, 122 in the middle of three falls, one 2016 in the middle of three summers, one 2001 in the middle of three second years, one 2019 in the middle of three springs. You see? When I first went to Brennan, I think it had 7 letters. I think my high school it's an opportunity. So when you see, man, it's not even about playing. It's just about having respect for people. But if some little kid says, hey, I wanna at least run the sideline a little bit with the curve, you gotta do the curve. Sometimes when it gets to high school championship, it's done a little bit differently. Because if people see people bend the arc, they don't realize that a lot of these people could do Prosser. One man could wear a number 1,000 jersey of Prosser, and it will work. He could beat their whole influence. But sometimes for some people, they'll be like, hey, I want to run the sideline, because you might have Prosser, you might have Foreman, Taft before Howard School, Lincolnwood before Schurz, and then all the things, you see. Lane versus the hospital. So you do have to realize when it's my coach, I'd be like, someone has to counsel me on the level that they would exit that coach. Because what if you switch the purple jersey at the last game or the middle of the last season? Or the thing, it would change everything, you see. One purple jersey is not in the middle of the season, and one blue team is not in the middle when someone says, hey, why is it that someone is switching jerseys? Because that's what people do as a star. I want to wear number 6. I want to wear number 5. So if someone says, hey, I'm going to outplay you, someone's going to do what it takes to outplay you back. You don't tell people you're trying to get offense them with no offense, you see? So when you tell people you don't care, I be like, Lord, it matters to me because I want to be a winner. I don't want you touching my girl. I don't want you making multiples in the psych hospital. That's why when I got into hospital fights, I didn't let you say, oh, I'm going to lock people up like a coward and like your faggot ass in the coronavirus 2016, 2012, because I feel disrespected by you not existing when you claim you're getting the best of these funky people because they can't speak up. When I tell you, could do what the fuck I say. I'm a grown-ass man. First and foremost, I don't just run my mouth. I tell you, you don't treat me like you gonna tell people you don't care. Because when I speak to your face, you don't get people medication thinking that it's funny that your big grown crybaby ass doesn't exist, you see? So sometimes people will be like, man, Reese, I fuck with you, but you gotta see what the Indian is for. Because what if you didn't have a doctor? Black men could be locked in the hospital. You could be the biggest gangster, you see? It don't matter. But if he tried to give you a disease and a desplane, the white lady, she might have to pay if she says, oh, I try to steal his insurance because you claim that nobody attacked your little funky ass because they didn't exist. Because you claim that I attacked the man, you see? So you just put the big nigga in the hospital claiming that you wanted to play the game, but you claim when the lady spoke to your face, you was a homosexual, telling people that you wanted to tell people you were attractive working at a funky hospital with no competition because you claimed you was trying to say that the nigga could whoop my ass when he didn't, when you put him there like a fag calling numbers because you claim that you can harm people in some way when you claim that you could get you don't exist, but you claim you're stalking people because your funky ass is telling people that you took action against a young man because you were a faggot and the lady spoke to your fucking face, but you claim that you won't pay her because you could just call a number saying that you put a big ass nigga trying to attack me, but he didn't attack me. But you claim your funky ass existed in secret and the lady spoke to you claiming that the black man was watching, but you claim that you were typing on the computer telling people that's the way you live, so that's what you do. So when I went to Death Plane, because I don't hit women, it was murderers, it was thing, and I almost seen a return to Tonio and a ghost. You see? So I'm the type of nigga real quickly, whatever I have to say to your face, I say it to your face. because someone will say, "Oh, I'm going to return." Sometimes when these murderers is at the Hardy, they have to be spoken to correct to the face, because a lot of these Koreans say, "Oh, we want to be in the psych hospital because you claim that the people are so afraid of the man, because when he spoke to the place, you were caught on the police telling people you wanted to get the best of the young man when he spoke to the man, but you claim that when he was saying, oh, he was trying to get on court and no recording." You see, I fuck with real niggas. You see. Sometimes we just have to have the last say, because sometimes niggas, if you could get nigga to bust a nigga jaw, that's all that matters, you see. So yeah, I guess when I worked at Hardee's, I was 22 years old. It was my first 3-year job. You see, I wasn't 40 years old working at no damn Hardee's, unless it's Marty, you see. Some people think it was 2024 when I was working at Hardee's, or 2001 and 24 when I was working at my job. All my sciences and everything, I would do it again. Doing girls probably love me, but what if a girl get pregnant? She doesn't want to get pregnant, because it's like you have to make sure that her baby, like a license plate with 1,000 things in one car, but you have to be careful. What if the police arrest you in the middle of the place? Police can do what the fuck they want. Sometimes when police see a woman, they'll say, okay, what is going on here? You know damn well you're not supposed to be going to Canada where George Washington never goes to Canada, because you have to know, unless you fight against a bear, it will probably have to be a thing. So sometimes I guess when people watch Street Fighter, they get jealous, because Cammy she'll get offended, because she'll be like, oh, you love me, because she'll see because guys, they be like, oh, that's the boy I like, you see? So sometimes when police officers exist, they'll be like, what is my level? You have to have it in you. So sometimes you could see the biggest nigga like Desplanes nigga, but he's about 40 years old and he's still going to the thing, but he's not a teacher. So people will be like, why is this, all my people will investigate, why is this big nigga going to Desplanes? And I feel offended, because he doesn't look the proportion of what I expect when people claim that I'm afraid. I'm not afraid of you. You're a big man, so I'm going to put you down like a big man, you see? So people will say, oh, I'm using other people's identity. That's not what Ken does to impress Chun-Li. When you join the military, what if a woman says, I want to be impressed, I want a husband, but then what is the point of joining the military if you don't have a young lady, you see? So when someone makes a multiple of a lane, nigga, I can't be them niggas. I'm an American. Fuck. That's why I fight for justice. The 4th of July is in a couple weeks. It's the Independence Day. I went to Independence Park with my green coat. I do things a little bit different. You see, when I was young, the German lady used to say, oh, he has man boobs. But sometimes women can have a German baby. When I have my dad, he don't got no man boobs. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So when it's my dad, I said, man, Lord, I want to join the Air Force one day. I want to be a captain and do my Navy ship, you see. So sometimes Titanic and Starflex was released. But it's like it's not really enough, because when I do Street Fighter, I'll be like, what if I had like a turtle that was shitted in a butt? That's what it says. So sometimes when I seen the turtle, he was in a box and he was lonely, and the thing I was like, man, I'm finna be the greatest nigga. Just go. So every move I make is so that when the turtle sees, he'll be like, well, this nigga number one, that said go. So sometimes I could burn niggas, yeah, I could get tired, you see. Sometimes people don't really realize at the end of the day, the fastest nigga is the one who gets the W's. See, so it's W's all day, you see, that's what I'm tell you. So you have to know that for someone to see my eye, you can't, it's impossible to be located in a certain place at a certain time. To see my eye, you have to be from a different place, you see. So people don't really realize. I look at niggas and I be like, man, you's a big ass nigga, but you're here because you claim that the niggas is Tyson nigga, but you claim that you was the one calling the police saying that you want a lawsuit because you claim that he could beat me, because you claim you didn't exist when a nigga was the bopper nigga, you see. So it's a fair fight, but you keep claiming that your big ass was jealous and now you didn't do nothing, but you claim you don't get into fights. So it's not about fighting. It's just about, if someone says that your big ass murderer is trying to be in secret scaring people, you don't tell people you're a grown man getting to no fights, but you want to impress a girl because you were jealous, calling the police, trying to put a young man in the hospital, had his first job in 15 because your big murderer says was trying to tell people that you were angry when you called the police and didn't exist, you see? No, sometimes it's a certain way that I do things. Sometimes when I talk to the courtroom, you can't be no lame nigga hiding behind the judge talking about he was afraid when he spoke to you directly because you claim you could just call the police with licensed weapons when he had a licensed weapon. They stole my notebook, and it's a lame nigga could do that too. You got to show the difference. What if an Indian man came on the airplane and flew that plane the same way the niggas flew it? You should have known. You never flown a plane in a day in your life. And now an Indian is flying the same plane when you think you're going to take off. You have to do things a certain way. That's why when America, when I joined the Air Force, it's really good, you see. So Blue Angels, they might turn it light green, you see, like Marcus's jersey. It will work. But you just have to be careful because one wrong move, like a Blue Angel, it means Tuskegee Airmen versus Sonic, you see. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So I probably say Tuskegee Airmen is the equivalent to Blue Angels, but it's because people don't want to get scared. That's why when the military does projects, they do things in a different place because they want to catch a lieutenant, or they'll say, hey, this nigga will go to the top for America. Don't put yourself on the line saying that you want to be seen because you endanger people. Real men could tell you there's a certain way that things have to be done because it's men who've been in the military for 35 years, you see. So some men will say, if I don't come and bring these niggas here, they won't see that when I have God in me, it's a certain way if you do things. That's why I joined the Air Force. But it's like when you stand counsel, you'll be like, that's so wrong, because nobody get harmed, you see. That's why when I see this light shining from the Indian temple, it's like if you see four states and four sides of a building at any moment of 10,000 days, the light could be different in 1 month to the next, you see. So sometimes when a garbage truck driver attacks me, I'll be like, hey, why are you attacking me? How old are you? And why is it that you want to be seen, but you claim that you want to bother people, but you don't bother yourself when you can't get a better job, but you want to be a garbage truck for your life? I don't. So if you have a problem with me, we could bout it out, but I don't want to be no garbage truck driver, so I'm going to fight you as if you're a garbage truck driver, you see? So some people would think they're an airline pilot or a captain, but when I joined the Force and 11, there's a lot of things that had to be done. See? I said, my Lord, I said, go. So sometimes I'll say, Lord, what if there was a murderer in the Air Force? You'll be like, man, what am I going to do? Sometimes people submit people to councils. They call the police, and they say there's a whole bunch of garbage truck drivers. But when I talk, I'm speaking to one person. So I guess when people were trying to hide in secret and make multiples of people and steal my apartment and lock me in the hospital, I guess they wanted to get best of their enemies by trying to scam me because this was already happening before the fire church existed in 2015, after 2001 garbage truck drive, before 2015, 2020, after whatever attack before the 24 elections, after coronavirus, after I was attacked 2015 before the